everyone. This is Karen, the person who joins Marci each season for the wrap-up episode. Are you writing a book? Do you need an extra set of eyes on it? To make sure it's going in the right direction, to catch problems you really need to fix? Well, that's me. I'm a professional editor. I offer a special service, the extra set of eyes. I help you bring your ideas to life by asking insightful questions and checking your structure, theme, and tone. Call 480-485-7780 or go to myextraeyes.com. That's 480-485-7780 or myextraeyes.com.
Welcome to Marci Talks Money and Life with your host, Money Marci.
Hello, I am Money Marci. Welcome. I am thrilled to welcome today's guest, Amit Zandberg. Amit has always been interested in technology and running his own business. He started running his own businesses when he was still a teenager. He is currently the co-founder and CEO of AllPros, an infrastructure system for online courses that establishes a trust standard for online education. Welcome, Amit.
It's great to be here, Marci.
I'm thrilled to have you. I know that so many people take courses and you never know what you're going to get. And if you're trying to take a course to learn something new, whether for potential work or just for something you do as a hobby, you want it to be useful information. You're spending your money and your time to invest in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love the concept of what you're doing. What got you going here?
Oh, that's actually a story that I used to tell a lot. I think that if I tell you, you think that I'm an idiot, but I think that is a part, a journey every Gen Z is going through. Me and my two co-founders, Tal and Daniel, in the span of age from 18 to 22, I think we spent over $10,000 on online courses and coaches and things like that in order to learn and just, figuring out what we don't want to do in the world. And I think that from the course we took, a lot of them are really garbage, but only few of them are really good. And we thought to ourselves, it's so, we are so unlucky that we don't have any way to check which course is good and which course isn't, because that will save us so much money that it would be worth it. And we decided to ourselves, and we were thinking about startup idea and we didn't know what to start. And then we just thinking to ourselves, oh yeah, why don't we start this company and create like a trust system for online courses, which every course is going to be rated. This is our vision. And by that, people will have the option to choose course according to real reviews and not only the testimonial that we show on the mentors page.
That's awesome. Now, as of the point in time where we're recording this, your site isn't live yet, but it will be by the time this episode posts. So I'm excited from what I've seen of your website. It gives people an opportunity to see what other people who have taken the course think of the course, think of the instructor. And we have to put it out there. 10 people could take a course and 9 people could love it. And one person, that teacher doesn't teach that way that works for them. So it's not infallible. You can have a course with amazing reviews and it doesn't work for you. But it is a nice starting point to know that real people, not bots, have pushed up a bunch of likes on a site. It's not my friends just going to my course and saying, wow, she's great, she's great, she's great. It's real people paid for the course, have rated this course. But how do you start out? Because when you start out, no one's paid for the course through you yet. So anyone taking a course through you is, are they the first, or where are you getting those initial ratings to start with?
Okay, so there is in what I'm building, there is a side of supply and there is a side of demand, which we need to provide both of them. And this is called the egg and chicken problem, which every marketplace is having. everything, because you need enough buyers and you need enough sellers in order to make this network to work. And what we decided to do at first is we collected the top mentor that they're, a lot of the mentor, which are big, have a lot of reviews on Reddit and things like that, Reddit group, Facebook, YouTube, things like that. And we just decided to put their course out in public and take the reviews, only the real reviews, scrape them out of the internet and put them under their own name. And then from then on, you have something to go into. The demand can enter because he has already has the supply. And also what we are trying to do right now is we're not just trying to focus on users, because yes, users does have trust problem, but the problem is not with the users. They have the problem and we will solve it to them. But the real problem starts with the instructor, because they have no incentive to be real. Because let's say I'm Instagram creator that want to sell a course, the best option for me is to sell you the dream and fake testimonials and just doing anything until you buy my course. And I don't care about the result because you don't have anywhere to post it. So unless I'm big and people will post under my name, I have no place to worries. And what I decided to do is to give them a tool that, let's say, if they are trust, if they are worth trust, and if they are real, it's worth it for them and they get more sales. So I'm giving them a tool for collecting testimonials and show them off on public only from real students in order to them to chase this credibility and not just try to fake it, but also to earn it. And that is why I'm planning, and this is what I'm doing right now. I have over 300 course creators that are waiting in the waiting list for getting into the platform. They are waiting for the tool. And from that tool that increase their credibility because they want to be credibility right now, the supply will come. And from that supply, I'm gonna drive the demand. This is another plan that I think I have a lot to talk about it.
Right, but you and your co-creators, you guys are all young guys. You're 24. All three of you are 22. I mean, this is this is so ambitious. At 22, I had just graduated college. I was starting to do accounting, and finding a job and figuring out what type of accounting I wanted to do and all of those kind of things. And here you are creating a platform for learning. And, if anyone can't tell, you have an accent. The platform is run in English because that is currently the most
Yeah.
common spoken language for business and learning at this point in time.
Hmm.
And so you're doing all of this in your second language.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. Will you eventually offer courses in other languages than English, or you're not even thinking that far ahead at this point?
That's good question. I think this is not my concern because most of the people that take course in other language will take courses also in English. So this is not what I'm concerned from because this is just minimize the market right now. But I'm sure that in the future we will have a lot of languages because there are a lot of fake gurus that we need to eliminate also in Hebrew, German, Spanish, or any language that exists.
That is true. Let's pause for a quick break. Right now, you started by finding real creators that you were aware of that had real reviews, and that's what you're starting building your platform with.
Yes.
And then other creators are reaching out to you, or you said, okay, I'm going to start with this number, and you've got a longer list of people that you want to reach out to. When you said waiting list, I didn't know whether they were reaching out to you or you were reaching out to them.
So in my stage of time, because I don't have yet the website, it's little hard to collect the people to come to you into the wait list. So I do outreaching them and reaching to them. And from that on, I show them what I built and how it helped them. And from then they just want to be there and get it, especially when it's free.
Okay. Obviously, you're doing this to make money. So,
Yeah.
is your business model that the creators are going to pay you? You're going to get a percentage from the course fee. You'll have advertising on the site.
That's good. Okay. I think I have three main source of income that potentially can be source of income. The first one is giving the creator more, because the creator are the let's call it the flywheel of the platform, and they will drive trust, and they are the one that need to build their trust. And what I want to give them, expect for the page which show their course and testimonials, I want to give them more tools, more ways to collect insight, more data, more way to collect testimonials, and more way to show it off. And that is worth money. A lot of rating platform like that also doing it. So this is one of the ways. The second way is, of course, sponsorship, but I have a special if, let's call it, if you don't have over 8.5 on the platform, you are not getting any sponsorship, because this is not fair that me, as the trust factor, will promote courses with 5 or something like that in the overall rating. So let's say for courses with over 8.5, they have places they can advertise their courses and their products. And also about commission, this is not something I'm planning to do right now, but I'm sure that in the future, what we're gonna do is also I'm gonna drive for your traffic. So why don't you pay it for me, the affiliate?
Okay. So you must have a team. I mean, in addition to Daniel and Tal, your co-creators, you have a team that's building a website and that's doing all these other things. How big of a team is it to create what you're creating at this point?
Oh, okay. So let's talk about the the pyramid. So we have me and my two co-founders, which created this company, and along with us, Shlomi, which is an investor and mentor in Israel, joined our company to help us because he saw the potential. And from that on, we also got another co-founder, which is a programmer that can build and take care of all the technical side. And under us, under the, let's call it, 5 founders, we have one designer, one developer that working under the co-founder of developer, and 2 VA, which are doing the administrative tasks like getting courses and things like that. And this is the team right now. So it's 9.
And you're able to get everything done and you're ready to go live, you said, in a week or so.
Yeah, I'm hoping that once this episode is up, we're gonna be on live already.
That's exciting. What made you decide on the name AllPros? I like the name. I think it's perfect. But how did you come up with that? Because naming things is sometimes hard.
It took us 1 month to find the name. We were thinking what name, which it should be like something like Google, or something catchy, or should it be like something all the course rated, or something that represent the business. And I have two factors that determine the name. First, AllPros, it can be a lot of things. It's not just restrict me to this field. Like, let's say I will call myself course review. I'm only have to do course review because it doesn't make sense if I pivot. So I'm always leaving the option for pivot because it's happening in a lot of software company. And the second is the domain was available. I checked allpros.io and the domain is available and it was very cheap. So we decided to purchase this domain and go for it.
Yeah, I guess that's a hard thing nowadays. You can come up with a great name, but if someone's already got it, it may not be the right name for you.
Actually, yeah, there is a company in Israel which decided on the name. They're a big company. I think they're a unicorn, and they took the name because they found the domain. They have no something to think about, and they just bought the domain and then think about, oh yeah, which company we should build on it.
That's crazy. How long has it taken you from the point in time where you said, "Okay, we're going to create a business that helps us with this problem that you saw of paying for courses that ended up not being any good," to this point of being ready to go live? What's the time frame?
All right, so let's say me, Tal, and Daniel met a few years ago, and in which stage we thought to ourselves which business we should start. And as I told you, we just came with the idea of why don't we have any rating system for online courses and online learning. I think that was in September 25. And from that on, we had the ideation, we research, we think about it. We first thought about doing it like Michelin, which we just took the courses and give ratings, like Michelin Guide does, if you know it, for the restaurants. And from that on, we decided, yeah, it's not fair because we restrict ourselves only to few courses, and we don't want only few courses. We want the whole industry to be safe again. And that's what make us decide. So I guess we started on after the small pivot in November, and from that on we went into now it's February, and I believe that by the end of February or the beginning of March, it's going to be live.
I know so many people who have taken courses like you guys have and said, oh my God, what did I just spend all this money on?
Exactly.
And are the other two, did Daniel and Tal also have a history of being entrepreneurs and creating their own businesses growing up? Or was this a new thing for them? They just didn't know what they wanted to do. So they decided, yeah, let's go create a business with Amit because he does this all the time.
No, so I've met Tal and Daniel at the age of 18, or it was 19, I don't remember. Daniel and Tal are childish friend, and I met Tal and introduced me into Daniel, and we were thinking about which business we should start. And then we decided, yeah, why don't we love parties. We love going into parties. And then we decided, why don't we throw a party? So it started with one party, which we did. It wasn't a little most successful party. We just was break even or even lost some money. And we decided, yeah, it was really fun. It was really amazing. We want to do it again and again and again. And from that on, three of us created one of the biggest party production in Israel. We we were generating good money in that stage of, and especially in that age, we were making more than $1 million gross revenues. In the party industry, this is not a lot, but we were making around $1 million in gross revenues. And from that on, we were familiar with each other and we decided, yeah, we want to go into the next level of business, which of course is startup world. And we decided to do this startup.
What have you learned creating an online business versus when you were creating a party business? So that's totally, or maybe it's not that different. So how are they different, and what have you been learning about creating businesses as you've done these?
Yeah. All right. So I think the biggest struggle is the difference between party. Everyone like party. The question is whether you market it good or not. And after the product is done, whether if people love your product or not. That is the real question because everyone knows partying and everyone love it and it's proven product already. And that is the problem, especially in tech, which I'm building something and as far as I'm building it, I'm not sure if it's the right thing. I'm gonna pivot. I know that in some certain point of time, I might have to pivot because of that. And the product development is much longer. This is the second difference between because parties I wanted this to for a party. If I'm good, it will take me 2 weeks. If I'm really good, 1 week. And if I'm beginner, 1 month. Product is much harder. You need to think and you need to design and you need to do everything. And if the product is not good, people will not come into your product and will not love it. If they are not getting the wow effect when they see your product like iPhone and you just saying to yourself, yeah, I must have it, they will not have it. And you can have good ideas, but the product is not good. So you don't know even if you have good ideas. So you need to think about an idea, make the whole thing perfect, and then just analyze, oh, well, I don't know if people like it or not after the product is done. So I think this is the best struggle before we did the market fit, which of course we didn't hit yet.
Let's pause for a quick break. Are you ready for it to hit? Do you feel you're ready for next week?
I'm not sure if the market fit gonna hit because this is more about pain, and right now we're not charging any money. But I do feel that we have something that help both sides of the table, also the supply and the demand, because the creator really hype for it and waiting for use it. And I'm also know because I talk with a lot of users that they are waiting for it as well, and they want this product and want to use it because this is very tough problem for them. I think in my age, everyone has been hurt from online course, almost everyone, because you learn online. This is the new way of learning. Even if you go into college or something, you still need to learn online.
My kids both took online classes when they were at university. They were fortunate that they were easily able to pivot to online learning. Their professors knew enough of what they were doing or enough of their material that they were able to present it in a way that made it learnable. So yeah, we lucked out. I know a lot of people when online learning happens did not pivot well to it. And we talk about a YouTube University, and there's a lot of content out there that's available for free.
Hmm.
And some of it's good content. I mean, I put out a lot of free content. I'd like to think my content is good, but if you're not paying for it, you may or may not have the same expectation of the quality of it. Once you are paying for something,
Exactly.
you expect it to tick all the boxes of what you expect it to do.
That's a problem with YouTube. And I think I'm not focused mainly on the university side. I'm focused more on the creator side, which is more like the promise, not learn and then you get a degree, but more in a way of learn and then you get any results. Like learn in my place and you get 30 in 30 days you're gonna hit Google job, or hit in my way, or you're gonna and then you're gonna hit 1,000 followers in day, things like that. So we are not focused mainly on that side, but I'm sure that you don't value free. That is a real problem. People are missing it. No one is valuing free.
Right. I'm looking at some of the types of course areas that you're looking at. I love the fact that you said your name means you can pivot, which
Yeah,
allows you, we're not just online courses. We're not sure what else we might be later, but we're not
exactly.
limiting ourselves. And I love that the name doesn't limit it. So some of the things I see, you've got business and technology and finance and investing and personal development and who knows where else that might go. Who knows? I could sign up for a cooking class at some point in time on your site in the future.
We want also all the type of courses, all the type of learning, which is not only courses, which is cool. It's coaching, communities, boot camps, all the things that you can learn for. Even if it's physical class, this is not our focus because we want to be the safe place for online learning. But I'm sure that a lot of places are marketing online and they have a program online, and part of that program is also meeting in person. And yeah, this is exactly why the AllPros exist. I don't want to limit myself.
That makes perfect sense, and that's a perfect business model. We're starting this something new, and we want to make sure that we haven't limited ourselves before
Yeah,
we even start.
exactly. Like Facebook or anything, TikTok.
Growing up, were your parents entrepreneurs, or was this just something that fit you and you've been creating this own path for yourself?
So you touch here a emotional thing because m- my parent, my dad is entrepreneur. He has a business, but both of them are just pushing me. Yeah, go to college already. Go to college. When do you go to college? When do you go to college? And then I'm saying to them, hey, I'm doing well. I'm not going to college yet. Even in the future, I might consider going into learning mathematics and physics. But right now, I'm not. I don't want college, and I'm doing well. So I think they always push me because they believe in me. But I don't know if if it came from the home.
Well, and that's something to consider because I came from a generation where the expectation was you do college and that's
Yeah,
what helps you do well. The world has changed. And to do well, especially in technology fields and something like that, you don't necessarily need a degree to do that. You need
yeah,
education, which you can get from various online courses, from experiences, from internships, from learning on your own the way you're doing. I'm just going to start a business and figure it out as I go. It's a different world, so I totally feel for them because I know you want your children to be successful. And of course, we grew up in a different world that defines success to some extent differently, defines the path to success
Yeah,
differently than what it is now. I mean, my one son is a teacher. He needs a degree to become a teacher. That's just the rule. So college was never a question for him. And but if he had wanted to be something else, then maybe
you
college wouldn't have been the right path
yeah.
for him.
Mm-hmm. I do think that college is important. I'm planning to go in some point of time. I'm planning to go to learn. I think mathematics or physics, this is my way, but I'm not sure about it. And I do think that is important. I do think that if I can just sign on something and get the knowledge of the degree, I would sign.
Well, right. And the knowledge is great, and you're building a business, which is great. And I love math and physics, but on the flip side, math and physics isn't going to necessarily help you with your business.
Not, I'm not sure because I think mainly in those two fields there are a lot of tech field that you can do, and also especially with mathematics and physics, it's develop your brain in a way that you have the analytics thinking. This is my point of view. I'm not mathematician, so it's I I don't know if it's really like that, but this is from what I research. It's develop your brain in a way that you do have a different thinking way from people who didn't learn it, and you do have some sort of benefit because of that.
I would have expected you to say, yes, I'm going to go in to get a degree in business or to get a degree in technology and programming and stuff like that. And to me, from where you are, math and physics is just because it's fun. So I love that even more. You're just, no, this is something I want to explore because who knows what I'm going to learn and where I'm going to
Yeah,
go from there.
exactly.
The future is open, and the present is open because of what you're creating. Did your dad teach you entrepreneur stuff? Is he saying, okay, well, make sure as you open this business, you want to make sure you have I don't know, an accountant in place, or you learn how to do bookkeeping, or is he helping organize you in that way?
Actually, he is accountant. He has his own accounting firm, but not so much. I don't think we talk about these things so much, but it does guide me.
That's great. I love to hear that. And I love what you're doing with AllPros, Amit, and I look forward to visiting the site again when it is fully up and functional. Can you think of anything else you'd like to mention that maybe we haven't covered?
Actually, no.
Okay, fair enough. Amit, thank you so much for being my guest today. We appreciate you taking the time to join us here.
Thank you, Marci.
And to my listeners, I will be sharing a link to AllPros information in the show notes. Check them out and see what's coming up with them. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and stay tuned. I'll see you next time. This has been Money Marci on Marci Talks Money and Life. You got this. See ya.
Hello, my name is Otis Lewis Wilson Jr. I am the host of OLWJ Captivation, the podcast featuring boundless superstars and other individuals who are capable of helping you to achieve maximum success with your mind and your money. The podcast can be found on Amazon, Apple, Pandora, Spotify, and other major podcasting platforms. When you check it out, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's OLWJ Captivation, the podcast in which the letters in the title represent my name.